Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So we're getting straight into it with a rolling start in the All-Star Cycle production lobby. This is MX5 Cups on Laguna Seca. So we've got a bit of contact going on here, but nothing too major. And now it is my turn to make a bit of an error. So I'm going to get on the brakes pretty late into the first turn and get into contact with Skolzy and Joey the Turtle. And fortunately, they both ended up first and second, so I didn't cause anything major. And now as this guy disappears from my picture, that is the last we're going to see of anyone behind, apart from when I look back. So yeah, it's just going to be the three of us pretty much for the entire race. So it's going to be some pretty good racing, and we're going to kind of pull each other along and just leave everyone else in the dust, really. So I've managed to take that corner pretty well. It's the only time I'm going to take a while in this race. And I've managed to catch up to Skolzy a bit. And now this turn, usually not a strong one for me, and you can see why. I always think you got to take it slower than you actually do, so maybe I need to do a bit of hot lapping on Laguna Seca. And now going through the little kink here, I'm taking it quite nicely, and I'm going to be gaining on Skolzy all the way up to the corkscrew. So all the way up the Rahal straight onto the corkscrew. We're going to see if we can get past him. We're going to get alongside him, but he has got the inside line, so I'm going to get on the brakes. He's going to get on the brakes a little bit later, a bit of contact, and he's going to cover it off and maintain second position. So Joey's out there having fun without any pressure from anyone else, really, as I get a bit too early on the turn in for the rainy curve and have to autocorrect, well, not autocorrect, but have to correct. So a bit of lag from Skolzy, but I've still managed to catch him up a little bit. And coming into the last turn, if we can get a good run here, we can get a good chance of taking him into the first turn. So I've had a bit of a slide there, which didn't seem like a good thing. But I am still catching Skolzy, and we're going to get on the inside because this is a left-hand turn, so you want to be on the left-hand side of him. So I'm going to get a bit into the pit lane there. Leaderboard clean, but not really racing clean. And then Skolzy's going to go for an aggressive move as I leave the door open, and he's going to get second place back from me. So briefly I had second place, but it wasn't to last, so I've got to kind of earn it back now. We are staying with him, so I'm going to give him an aggressive move on my own here, try to put him under a bit of pressure, but that move was, the overtake there was never really on. So now through this right-hander, I told you that was going to be the only time I got it right, was the first lap. Lost quite a bit of time and speed through that turn, and I have lost a bit of the lead. Well, not the lead, but the gap has grown quite a bit. So now it's time for Skolzy to make an error, and that has sent him wide into the left-hander. And now that means coming through the little kink, we're going to be side by side, and I'm in the best position for that because I'm on the inside. So you'd expect him to get on the brakes, but no, we're going to go too wide through there, which usually in Forza hoppers is going to end up in tears for someone or both people. But because we kind of understand what we're doing, we're able to maintain the position. So I'm going to go on the inside of the corkscrew this time and take the place. So now coming through the rainy curve again, I'm going to take it a lot better than I took it the first lap. And now I'm going to kind of try and hunt down Joey. If you recognize the name Joey the Turtle, it's because he did the JSR GT86 Cup and he came 4th. So he performed pretty well there. So yeah, we are trying to catch him now, and I've been taking this turn pretty decently of late, and I'm able to get a better run down the straight than a lot of people sometimes. So Skolzy is kind of drifting away at the moment. I've had a decent lap there, nothing special, but considering there was a bit of fighting between the two of us, it was a decent lap. So now I've run wide through the Andretti hairpin, and Joey has taken almost a perfect line there. So he's maintained his lead. He's not going to give me any chances through there. And now through the right-hander, I'm going to take this one fairly decent, but nothing special. And now we're coming to one of my weaker corners in this particular race. Normally it's a good one, and I've missed the apex by an absolute mile and lost a lot of time. So yes, another weak corner for me coming is this left-hander up the hill. And if we can manage to take this pretty well, then we're going to be able to sort of think about it for the last half of the lap, because we have closed up this lead that Joey has. And now for some reason, going through this little kink, I'm going to go down to 3rd gear and actually lose so much time. I don't know why I did that. I didn't do it on any other lap. I think it's probably because of the length of 4th gear that I did it. So now I'm going to get on the brakes incredibly late for the corkscrew. and I've got no choice there but to kind of cut my way down, and I've lost so much time through there. as Scalzi has closed that gap up to almost nothing after it being at least 200 feet. So that was a terrible corner for me, and I've got 2 to go. I'm going to cover my inside line. The win is gone now. That's not going to happen unless Joey messes up the last turn, which he hasn't done. And I'm going to cover the inside line for the last turn and hopefully get a better run at it through the start-finish line over Scalzi, which it seems I am. So I left a lot out there on the track. It wasn't the best race ever, but it was still better than most hopper lobbies. So yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, go ahead and leave a like. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.